Hi, welcome to the first vlog since the book tour started.
And we're back.
We're back home. We were gone for a month. We started the trip in Arizona. So we'll first talk about visiting some sacred land to the Dene, the Navajo people. You would have seen the opening beauty of Monument Valley.
Yeah, we were thrown into a late season furnace. It was
Heat
probably
wave.
over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, more than 40 degrees Celsius, which was a shock to the system to say the least, but clearly we needed to have an intense experience in Arizona.
Arizona felt like living a sweat lodge for the whole week. We were de-jet lagging and a lot of travel with Savannah, and the weather, it felt beautiful and brutal. Those were the words that kept coming to me.
Yeah, but Monument Valley was spectacular and special, and choosing an Airbnb that was a
traditional Hogan
from a Dene family, it was definitely very special. But it also added to the sweat lodge
experience without air conditioning.
Yeah, there was one afternoon when we didn't have anywhere indoors that was air conditioned to go to pass the afternoon. So it was so hot we were just sort of lying in the dark trying not to move. It was
just with wet towels.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously the way people used to live, and I'm assuming you'd get used to it, but for us it was all part of the intensity of connecting with that land and those people and those energies, and I guess...
And my drum filled up there. My medicine
right.
drum is from there, so that felt really nice. And then after we were at Monument Valley, we stopped at Little Colorado River Gorge, which is the edge of the Grand Canyon, and we didn't realize that was the place of emergence for the Dene, so that's a really special place as well. So that felt like a beautiful kind of completion of connecting with the Dene lands. And we did get to know a couple of the people when we stayed at the Hogan, and they were very lovely to us and to Savannah, who had her finger nibbled on by a horse, which was quite scary, but she was really brave and went and fed the horse a carrot again later after that. And yeah, Arizona was quite an adventure. And from there we flew to Ontario. So at the end of the video you will see some photos from beautiful Niagara Falls, Haudenosaunee country, and that felt like kind of the beautiful shower rinse after the sweat lodge. It was cooler and the water presence was really lovely, and
yeah, it sure was. And that's when the trip entered the phase of having some more formal book events for you.
Yeah, I did some workshops in Toronto and in one of the suburbs, and then in the city, which was really fun. And ironically, in a free zoo in Toronto, Savannah saw her first emu, not in Australia. That was funny.
I like that you said emu, not emu.
Yes, we'll say it the Aussie way. And we had lovely hosts there. Bailey and her kids were really sweet with Savannah, and Bailey took us on our first night to an event called Teepees and Telescopes. And Savannah wasn't really up for much, but it still felt really neat to be sitting in the teepee around a fire, listening to some of the traditional drumming, and you learned a little bit about the stars before it got too late and we had to go home.
A little bit.
A little bit.
And I missed out on what I really wanted to see natural-wise in Canada, which was some spectacular fall colours.
They were late.
Yeah, we got a text from Bailey just this week that said even Canadians are talking about how disappointing the colours have been this year. So I think you need a kind of a sudden drop off in temperature to get the best colours, and if it's sort of slow, warm, autumn, then they don't sort of pop. So anyway, that is something that you definitely can't control.
We did see a little, but it wasn't.
Well, we might have to go back. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, Toronto itself is just a huge cosmopolitan, multicultural kind of soup. It feels Canada feels like Australia in a lot of ways.
More relaxed than the US.
More relaxed and sort of, yeah, for all the things that are going right and wrong about Australia, Canada seems to have a similar kind of mix.
Yeah.
Indigenous relations being one of them, obviously.
But I still felt, even though Niagara was very commercial, I still really felt the Haudenosaunee energy and the presence there, and some of the stories that they share. There's thunder beings that live behind the falls, and that's part of the sound and the noise, and that's really clearing for us humans. And I really did feel like it cleared some stuff out that we were still carrying from Arizona. And then there's also sort of snakes and serpents kind of living in the water, and they're potentially going to mess with us. So there's this like interesting balance of the falls energy, which I appreciated.
Yeah, and if humans are going to build a crazy commercial Disneyland, it's nice for the reason for that to be
something natural.
And that's kind of what's most interesting about Niagara Falls.
That dichotomy.
Yeah, it's a pretty extreme dichotomy.
But the falls were so powerful, it just it much balanced.
Yeah, powerful visually. I've been to Victoria.
And energetically.
Yeah. I've been to Victoria Falls, whose true name in the local language that unfortunately I can't remember, but you get a lot closer and you can kind of really feel the vibration. Niagara Falls from the Canadian side, if you don't get on the boat, it's sort of more of a visual energy experience, and you're really hearing it and feeling it, but it doesn't take away from it. It's really...
I felt it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was really nice, and it was interesting to be in Toronto and the surrounds as well. It was very pleasant. Then we flew to Austin,
back
where we
into the
used to
furnace,
live, which was also in a heat wave.
Yeah, and Texas heat, or at least that part of Texas, in some ways feels even hotter, I think, than the Arizona dry heat.
A bit wet.
It's humid, and it's also just the concrete and bitumen and just all the, what I call, no offense, ugly America, which is like the corridors alongside
so much highway,
the interstate highways and the strip malls.
It was interesting being back there because we used to live there, and we originally had dreams of both Savannah and the Peace Center when we lived there. So that was kind of neat to be back there and to see some good friends. Randy, Michael, Sarah, it was great, and to meet Elisa, Randy's partner, and we had a couple good events in Austin, and then we had a lovely event in Waco that our new friends Shannon and Emily helped organize.
And I ate some good barbecue in Lockhart, Texas. And you know, like everywhere, if you go to a place that is smaller and you can kind of feel the pulse and the energy of Texas when you leave the cities, because cities are just increasingly same
well,
really
we went to
everywhere.
some beautiful swimming holes. Austin is great for swimming spots,
It's true.
natural swimming
There's
spots.
natural springs.
Yeah.
You get out of Austin, some of those towns in the hill country, it's...
Well, we didn't make it there this time. But
No, I guess not. But I ate some barbecue in Lockhart.
You did get some barbecue.
And that was a highlight.
And we got some good tacos.
Right.
Yeah, and we caught up with some good people and met some new good people, so that was good. Savannah got a bit sick, Lucas got a bit sick, so Texas was a little hard in that way, and I think we're starting to ready to get home. So we flew back to Sydney. We had a few nights in the city. Lucas was a bit sick. Savannah and I had fun going to different playgrounds, and we all had fun having, city food while we could. Going to the big playground in Darling Harbour in Sydney, it was neat. Lucas got to take Savannah on a refurbished carousel, which he rode as a kid, which
Yeah,
was
I'm
super
pretty sure
sweet.
it's the same merry-go-round I rode as a child at Darling Harbour.
And I spoke at Mind Body Spirit Festival. Our friend Sarah came, which was really nice. And yeah, that was my biggest audience I've had yet, and people were really listening, which was neat because they could just get up and walk around as they wanted. It was a big venue. And then we visited our friend Paula, who's been taking care of Chloe Dog, and did the drive back home, and we've just been recovering here, really, just trying to...
Today's the first day I haven't felt sick in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And the first time I felt like I'm re-grounding here, and we did a smudge of the house, which felt really important this morning.
Yeah, we had some good friends come over today too, and
the medicinal qualities of Durrani and Gulaga and everything
just seeping in.
Yeah. I feel this.
I'm feeling very like an expat at the moment, because when we landed in the U.S., I was like, oh, I feel so American. But that was kind of people-wise, and when we got back here, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm at home. So I feel very much like
Yay.
the expat.
That's
at
a
the
nice
moment.
feeling. But I've always found when I've lived other places or different places that you feel most at home when you leave that place and then go back.
Come back.
And then there's that realization, oh, this is home now. It's a nice feeling. Yeah.
Well, we're going to do instead of a maypole, a Nova pole, which we can put a little note in the credits. Our friend Glennis Livingston from Pagayan Cosmology has come up with that term. So we're looking forward to doing that in honor of springtime here with some friends soon. And we might do a little video, just share a bit about that. And then we're going to start preparing for a couple events here in Ulladulla and Canberra, and then next year in Melbourne, and hopefully start preparing the property more to be able to invite some of you to retreats here and workshops soon next year. So
I'm going to start building the permaculture garden.
Yeah.
Which really excites me, and yeah.
Slowly, piece by piece. Thanks for being part of this journey, and we hope you enjoy some of the Niagara images at the end.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have some more dialogues soon. We've got to reach out to some people and let us know if you like those, because we enjoy doing them. So thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
The Haudenosaunee Thanksgiving Address. Greetings to the natural world. Today we have gathered and we see that the cycles of life continue. We have been given the duty to live in balance and harmony with each other and all things. So we bring our minds together as one and give greetings and thanks to each other as people. We are thankful to our Mother Earth, for she gives us all that we need for life. She supports our feet as we walk upon her. It gives us joy that she continues to care for us as she has from the beginning of time. To our Mother we send greetings and thanks, and our minds are one. We give thanks to all the waters of the world for quenching our thirst and providing us with strength. Water is life. We know its power in many forms. With one mind we send greetings and thanks to the Spirit of Water. We turn our minds to the fish life. They were instructed to cleanse and purify the water and also give themselves to us as food. We are grateful we can still find pure water. We thank the fish and send our greetings, and our minds are one. Now we turn towards the plant life. As far as our eyes can see, plants grow, working many wonders, sustaining life forms. We give thanks and look forward to seeing plants for many generations to come. Now our minds are one. We especially thank the food plants we harvest from the garden. The grains, veggies, beans, and berries have helped people survive, and many other living beings too. We send our thanks, and now our minds are one. We also especially thank the medicine plants of the world. They were instructed to take away our sickness, and they are waiting and ready to heal us. We are happy there are still some among us who remember how to use them. With one mind, we send thanks to the medicine plants and the medicine keepers. And now we send greetings and thanks to all the animal life in the world. They have many things to teach us people, and we are honored when they give up their lives so we may use their bodies as food. We are glad they are here and hope it will always be so. Now our minds are one. We turn to the trees. So many families of trees with their own instructions and uses on the earth, providing us with shelter, shade, fruit, beauty, and other useful things, symbols of peace and strength. With one mind, we greet and thank the trees. And living in the trees, we turn to the birds who move and fly about overhead. Creator gave them beautiful songs that remind us to enjoy and appreciate life. To all the birds, from small to large, we send joyful greetings and thanks, and now our minds are one. We are also thankful for the powers known as the winds. We hear their voices in the air, and they refresh and purify the air we breathe. They bring the change of seasons from all four directions and bring us messages and give us strength. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to the four winds. And also living up above, the thunder beings, our grandfathers, with lightning and thundering voices. They bring water that renews life, keep evil things underground, and purify us. We bring our minds together as one and send thanks and greetings to the thunder beings. We send thanks and greetings next to another sky being, the sun. Each day he travels the sky, bringing light of a new day, the source of the fires of life. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to the sun. And at nighttime, we send greetings and thanks to the moon. She lights the night sky, the leader of women, governs the movement of the ocean tides. We measure time by her changing face, and she watches over the arrival of all the children on earth. Now our minds are one. We also give thanks to the stars that spread across the sky like jewels. We see them in the night, helping the moon light the darkness, bring dew to the gardens and growing things. They guide us home when we travel at night. With one mind, we give thanks to the stars. We also send thanks to all the enlightened, wise ancestors and teachers who've come to help us throughout the ages, remind us how to live in harmony, remind us of the original instructions. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to our teachers. And we send greetings and big thanks to the Creator, Great Spirit, for all the gifts of creation, for our lives, for all the lives around us, for the web of life. Everything we need is here on Mother Earth. We send big love and thanks to Creator. And now we have arrived where we end our words. Of all the things we have named, we did not intend to leave anything out. To anything forgotten, we send big greetings and thanks in their own way. Now our minds are one.